Hello, I have a quick tutorial today on making a floral kind of design. Here I was just dropping the colors that I was deciding to use, and now I am dropping rubbing alcohol, I think it's 91%, onto the colors just to blend them together. I really didn't have an exact plan of what I was doing. I was kind of intuitively following the colors and letting the colors blend to see where they would take me. So, this is just kind of a follow along. Sorry, I have to flip it. My art desk is not a flat, even surface, so all the colors will kind of run in one direction. I haven't figured out how to sort that out yet so that it won't do it. I just have to kind of remain aware of it. So there I, I am dropping colors to where I kind of wanted the centers of the flowers to be. I think that was Eggplant that I just dropped, and now I am using Amethyst by Rangers. I added dots into the center, try to give them some scope, but I still wasn't happy with the way the overall piece was looking. Again, I wasn't really going for any specific type of plan laid out. I'm just following where the piece wants to go and what is looking all right. I just keep going until I get it where I would like it. So again, I'm trying to flesh out the flowers, adding more purple. I kind of ended up adding more purple than I was planning on. See, I'm tapping my fingers. That's me thinking, what am I going to do? Adding more alcohol, just spreading it around because it was pooling in certain areas because I had added so much purple already. So I figured I would just spread it out some more. Unfortunately, that cut away a lot of the green underneath, but yeah, more could always be added, as I did right there. I think I'm adding dots of um, rubbing alcohol with the paintbrush to where the edges had pulled and it had gotten really thick, so I was kind of trying to disperse that. Once it had dried, I decided to go in with markers and see if I could add texture with the markers and if that's the way this piece was going to go. What I was starting to find is a lot of my markers had dried out, and actually they are very old, so it wasn't really a surprise. What I need to do is sit down and go through them all and discard the ones that don't work anymore. I could save myself a lot of time working on pieces if I would just go through them and discard the ones that don't really work. I am working on one of the textures of the petals of a flower. Fleshing out leaf. Going back over that flower. Adding in more flowers of where I want them to be. I'm kind of following the edges of the shapes that had established themselves with the drops, and then picking a center point and drawing lines into that center point from the edge to decide where the flowers were going to be. I really liked the one that I'm working on there, the green one, but I did end up actually messing it up on the left-hand side, so I was a little bit saddened by that. This color really popped out, and this is the marker that I ended up deciding that I was going to do most of the flowers with, just because it had such vibrancy, and it was adding such great layers and blending with the purple underneath. Again, still, this is not the end result. This is just one of many intuitive processes that I would process? Not sure what the plural of that is. So I was just working through the process of deciding of where the flowers wanted me to take them. When you don't know, right, you rephrase the word into a usable, known tense. I'm still adding some more. I did mess up that portion that I'm working on right now as well. The purple and the green created a very dark gray purple. I was not expecting that to happen, and sometimes you just don't know what colors you're going to get when you mix your colors together. I do resolve that towards the end. There I am picking up some of the ink off of there to lighten it up. And I decided when I was doing this process right here of working that gray out, it added such great texture to it that I decided to go through all of the flower petals and blend it just with the alcohol. And it really did add such cool texture between the Sharpies and the underlayers of Ranger's alcohol inks that was underneath. I did the same to the leaves. And then I started adding in other petals that were not as saturated with color for depth, contrast. I really did enjoy creating this piece. And I just kept playing around with petals and layering. Those jewel tones are some of my favorite colors, though. I could work with them pretty much every day. It came out quite nicely. I just keep pushing the colors back and forth, adding in extra blues to break up some of the purple. Just keep going back and forth with the colors, pushing the petals in behind the darker ones, adding the light contrast to pop those colors out. We're almost coming to the end. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't before, and like and share.